Hello and a very warm welcome. Possibly one of the worst games in Premier League history has just concluded. A massive six-pointer at the Hawthorns as West Brom nil, Newcastle nil. I don't think it's a point that it's not a good point for either side, but Newcastle do move up to 16th ahead of Brighton, who lost yesterday. West Brom are officially down, in my opinion. That is Sheffield United and West Brom gone, and now it will be a dogfight between Newcastle, Fulham and Brighton. Fulham do play Liverpool, who have strung the changes. Can they get anything at Anfield? I'm not too sure. This is probably one of the worst games in Premier League history. West Brom had to win. They only get a point. They are down 100%. And Steve Bruce will absolutely be delighted with that, because Newcastle never looked like scoring, to be honest. Big problems for Newcastle, massive injuries. Almiron, ASM, Wilson, training ground bust up with Richie. Huge six-pointer, and I'm watching the game, but it was one of the worst games in probably Premier League history. Brighton lose is a massive opportunity for both sides. Big chance Fraser, but a dreadful pass. Tried to pull it back to Joel Linton, it was poor. Nervy as expected. Joel Linton, now he's got no confidence. This is a guy who scored like 3 goals in 55. He's got no confidence. He should shoot. He tries to square it and makes a complete mess of it. Pereira chance for West Brom. Diagne chance, header, just over. Half time, 0-0. Typical relegation dogfight, and the standard was dreadful. Phillips then missed a big sitter. Willock's shot, good save Johnston. Huge last 25, West Brom have to win, and Sam Allardyce left his substitutions late. Joel Linton chance, but he's lacking confidence. An absolutely painful watch at the Hawthorns. West Brom are down with Sheffield United. There's no way they come back from this. They're gone with Sheffield United. Now, I don't understand this obsession with Joel Linton. Joel Linton didn't have a bad game today, but Andy Carroll, surely Andy Carroll would do a better job than Joel Linton. I don't get it. And then he brings him on for 20 seconds. Like, what's the point? Amazon Prime it was on, and it's always a brilliant platform to watch on. It's like watching it on the TV. Fantastic. West Brom nil, Newcastle nil, match reaction. A six-pointer produces one of the worst games in Premier League history. Martin Atkinson, the referee. I can't give a man of the match because it was that bad. Amazingly, no bookings once again. Substitutions, Phillips, Grant, Diagne, Carnu, Hendrick, Gale, Fraser, Carroll. Matt Ritchie was on the bench, but he didn't get brought on. When I saw Newcastle's lineup, I was pretty worried. If anyone deserved to win the game, it was probably West Brom. But that was an absolutely painful watch. An absolute painful watch. That was horrendous. Oh my God. It was so poor. And there's no wonder that both teams are in a relegation fight with that standard of football. It was very bad. Now, Newcastle are my second favourite team. I'm praying to God they stay up. But, yeah, they do move up to 16th. West Brom, 19th, 18 points. Newcastle, 16th on 27. Wow. So, for me, Sheffield United and West Brom are down. And it will become a dogfight to see who goes down. Fulham, Brighton, Newcastle. I think Burnley, they'll be fine. Dyche does an unbelievable job. Literally rinse, repeat for Dyche. Spend no money, keep him in the league, do it all over again. Wow. Comment down below, would love to know your thoughts. At the Hawthorns, it finishes West Brom 0, Newcastle 0. That was one of the worst games I think I've ever watched. That was absolutely painful. I watched the game. I was really excited for the game because it was a six-pointer. A lot riding on this. West Brom had to win. I don't understand Allardyce. He leaves his subs late. He's got to go for it. Stick everyone on. Go for it. They might as well lose 1-0. They've got to win the game today, West Brom. And that is basically, they're going to the Championship now, in my opinion. I mean, even if West Brom won today, it was already like a 90% chance they were already relegated. So to draw the game, Newcastle didn't really look like winning. I think Steve Bruce will be over the moon. He'll be like, well, you know, we've had a tough week. We've had bust-ups at the training ground. We've got 3 of our best players out. Well, you know, I thought West Brom would come a bit more at us, given they've got to win. Well, you know, I'm absolutely delighted, really. And we go on to the next game. Well, you know. I'm absolutely amazed. I've got 6 minutes match reaction out of that game. That was absolutely dire. And 93 minutes I will not get back. And why add 3 minutes on at the end? Just put everyone out their misery and blow the whistle on 90 minutes. Ugh, that was absolutely painful. Join me later on as it will be the Manchester derby. Really looking forward to that one. And what is it with draws this week? I did Burnley Arsenal 1-1. Aston Villa Wolves 0-0. West Brom Newcastle 0-0. And I would not be shocked at all if the Manchester derby's 0-0, given how many draws Man United have had lately. Wow, that was absolutely woeful.